from the new day. Give me that whole yeah. Give it to me. I need it.
How's everyone doing? Dan here. Welcome to the Give Me a Whole Yeah Wrestling podcast. I will be covering you through until the end of Wrestlemania Raw. That starts in about 15 minutes. You've got me until around UK time, about 4 o'clock in the morning. That's what time it is at the minute. It's 1:45. How's everyone doing? Let's have a look, see what comments we've got. Let's get the banner on. There we go. So we've already got a couple of people in chat. Brilliant to see. We've got Dwindler. How are we doing? Evening. And we've got our moderator, Jack. How we doing, Danny? Let's get him up. There we go. Evening, Dwindler. How we doing, Jack? Yeah, I'm spot on. Got my Austin t-shirt ready. What have people been up to? Any recent bits of news people have got for me? Any questions? Let's see if I can get what's happening on Raw tonight. WWE Raw preview tonight. So let's have a roll through. So by the looks of it, we're going to be having Vince McMahon having a meeting with Seth Rollins. Because last week Seth lost to AJ and didn't secure his place on WrestleMania, so not sure what that's going to be doing. It could be Seth asking for something for WrestleMania, or he's going to hijack the show. We might go another Cody tease, which we have been going lately. We're having Brock bringing the championship back to Raw. We're going to have Roman Reigns appearing tonight in a bit of a face-off, I think it'll be. Street Profits will be battling Alpha Academy tonight before the challenge Arcade Bro at Mania. What else is happening? We're supposedly going to have Becky Lynch defending the championship against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, but Bianca is supposedly out of action with an injury. Zelina, Carmella defending the women's titles in a fatal four-way match, so they might be appearing. Let's have a look. Rey Mysterio is meant to be going one-on-one with The Miz because The Miz stole Rey's mask last week. And see if we're getting an appearance by Kevin Owens because of his amazing work last week, turning up out of nowhere dressed as Austin, popping the crowd, and then just pulling the rug from under the feet, which was, I think, one of the best moments I've seen on Raw in a long while. Let's get through some of these comments. What have we got? So Jack put earlier on, have I seen TFW, the MMA spin-off? I had a quick look before coming on, Jack, and it looks like it's a really well-respected gym that do a lot of the MMA training for people who are sort of looking at doing fights. Very similar to what Dan Lambert does, which is training guys ready for a UFC fight. American Top Team is one of the most well-respected. The other one that was a big one a few years ago, Lion's Den, which was Ken Shamrock. That was his gym that he did MMA training in, which was good. I think we've got Dom in the chat as well. I've straightened the air, that's probably why, Dom. Could be, I don't know. And we all love you too. I know you're not crazy enough to do a Monday Night Raw with me. I did beg you, I did plead with you, and you won't. So I'm sad. Miss your face. So posted the video earlier. Seth and Vince in Vince's office. Yeah. I literally haven't had much of a look sort of what's been on YouTube lately. But yeah, thank you very much, Dwindler. Oh, okay. That's a bit more information than I had before, Jack. Thank you very much. MMA team where five against five in elimination, which could be a bit dangerous, I think. But yeah, I'll check it out. Dom's going to kill me when I say this. I'm at work tomorrow as well. I've done all day at work today, and then I'm at work in just over 8 hours. Don't shout at me, Dom, please. So, yeah, with 10 people in the ring, you'll need a big ring, Jack, 40 foot. You think Vince is picking his opponent? I don't know. The way that if it was me and I was Vince McMahon and I was booking it, I would have nothing happen tonight. Seth go out to the ring, issue an open challenge for WrestleMania, and then night two, I presume it will be, get Seth in the ring, say I'm here for my opponent, who's big enough to challenge me on the grand stage of WrestleMania, and then we have Cody come. Very similar to, well, not very similar to the Hardy Boys return, but it would be more Hardy Boys esque than any sort of tease, which I think is a little bit more of a crowd popping moment. We had the New Day tease that they was going to be the fourth participant in the match, but then the Hardy Boys music hit, massive cheer from the crowd, and it's still talked about as one of the best returns at Mania ever, which is a great start. Oh, Dwindler. I would like that. Seth versus Johnny Gargano. That one, I don't know if Gargano is going to appear because I think his release contract has expired and he wants to sort of spend a bit of time with his newborn baby. But that is a match I would love to see. I would really like to see that. Yeah, again, thank you very much. Oh, we got Sassy in. How are we doing, Sassy? You doing all right today? You got your haircut, Jack. When is it you actually go? You're flying across Thursday? Yes, Jack, I know. 9 a.m. start. I questioned my sanity when I didn't agree to do this when I said to Dom, I don't mind doing it. But originally, I was off tomorrow. And then staffing issues happened and I got dragged into work tomorrow after I'd already agreed to do this. So I said to the shop manager, I was like, I'll be doing the show as I normally do on a Monday night. I've agreed to do it. Everything is up, ready online. But I may be coming in a bit tired. I have prepared. I've got my energy drinks. And I'm already halfway through one already. Sweet taste of coffee. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got Isaac Joseph in. Good morning from Cape Town. I'm very good, thank you. How about yourself? We've got Ivan, yeah, we've done that one. So, yeah, we're good. Exactly, Stacy. Good but tired. Good call by Ivan. Undertaker needs a proper WrestleMania opponent. Not opponent, sorry. WrestleMania send off. Survivor Series where he did do his retirement appearance was nice, but it wasn't a crowd centric appearance. It needs a massive crowd, a massive send off, and put, like he did 33, was it, when he went against Reigns? Hat, gloves, coat in the ring, leave them there. But yeah, I do think that with him being the headliner for this year, it would be just a good sign of respect to have him go out that way. Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner have been one of the newest inductees, and they're going to be going in this year as well. I think that Scott Steiner had a bit of a problem going in at one point, but I don't know if that has changed, which I presume it has, because he said he'd never go in the WWE Hall of Fame. Roman Usos for once a good match. I'm not sure what you mean. Jack goes 150 business class. Very nice. That mean you get your like a full reclining chair and bed and stuff like that, and champagne on tap or something. I don't know. I'm not rich enough to go business class, Jack. This moderator must pay quite well. Undertaker 30, this year. Yeah, it would have been a brilliant streak, but I was actually having a debate with one of the people I work with a couple of days ago about the streak and complaining that it actually got broken. Would it be better to break it with a big name or a small up and coming name that you think you can really put the company on? Or should it have not been broken at all? I was under the sort of idea that it should have been a smaller name, maybe not too small, but someone not Brock Lesnar-esque. You look at Brock Lesnar; he doesn't need a rub of the green, sort of rub of beating the Undertaker. He has already got enough about him where that win only elevated him a bit more. If you gave it to someone as a big scalp at WrestleMania, the one that I sort of thought of was someone like Damien Priest. You have put a title on him already. He's already shown that he can handle that. If you give him a win over the Undertaker at WrestleMania, that's a rocket straight up your rear, straight to the moon. It gives someone so much credibility straight away that it's going to make them main event level. It's going to be really good for them, and I think that it would be. I think that was a better way to do it. Just my opinion. He said it should never have been broken, but it's one of the good things about sort of wrestling. We can have these debates of who should win, who shouldn't win, but it's always good fun. Jack's giving his COVID test before he flies. Yeah, 33 was Reigns. I thought it was. Do I think Cody shows up tonight, Ivan? I don't, I'm afraid. Like I said earlier on, I think it would be better if Seth issues an open challenge, and that open challenge is for WrestleMania. You could even play it off and do an open challenge on both nights. Night one, someone that hasn't got a match but it's a big enough name where the crowd are going to cheer that they're there. But then night two, Cody comes out, blows the roof off the place. When the Steiners go in to bring the Tiger, yeah. Crazy stuff, but yeah. So for the moderating, you'll get all the money, yeah. I thought you would. I thought you would. Yeah. I'm on the cheap energy drinks because I don't get paid anything for this, Jack. We've got Anne in as well. I'm doing fine, thank you very much. How was your birthday, my dear? You feeling old yet? And yes, I'm already talking about rubbing Brock up. You've got to keep the big man happy. Give him a little stroke. Again, started the debate off already. It would be better if Brock wasn't beating him. Roman breaking the streak at 33. Yeah, Roman beating him after the streak had already ended was a bit of a it was a bit of an anticlimax. We knew Reigns was getting the rub, and the heel heat that he got the Monday Night Raw afterwards was absolutely insane. But that could have been the start of the proper heel run, which got him over. You look at what he's doing at the minute. The heel run that he's on now, when he came back at Survivor Series, it's been absolutely phenomenal. If they'd have taken that step to start with and done it then, it might have been now where he is the face, like The Rock when heel got over with the crowd and then became the face. It could have been a very similar trajectory, which could have then brought The Rock back and said, "You've literally done everything I've done. You turned heel. You then turned face when the crowd started to like you. You've been to Hollywood. Stop copying my trajectory. You know Rock. You're your own Roman." Steiner and Undertaker. Yep, we could do Sazzy. That would be a good one. Although I don't know if I'd trust Scott Steiner in the ring. It's not been too great from what I've seen on his last few matches. You're all beautiful, David Bowie, riding a tiger on a rainbow. You are very beautiful. Jack, it made so many angry with Brock. Yeah. Brock was still it was a face. He had the sort of heel tendencies, but starting Raw, only getting Brock to start with. Great start. Great start. Brock Lesnar as a face is great fun. Sadly saying hello to David or Ant more like. Yeah, I know. If we was getting some of this Patreon money, we could afford not to work a little bit more, or pay to have tomorrow off. We've got Jack. No, Cody watch up till night. So yeah, 100%. So yeah, I reckon there'll be a Cody t-shirt there. But I just think that it's one where they're doing so many teases, like the CM Punk stuff in AEW. There's just so many teases that if he doesn't show up, it will be either a massive disappointment or people will just go on Twitter, go on Facebook, and just go, keyboard warriors. Yeah, I bet there wasn't Cheap Jack. You got stroked multiple times, did you? It's all right for some. That reminds me, are you in tomorrow? Around 6:30ish. I've still got your birthday present sat over there. I know. You're telling Sazzy. We want to see his face. Got to wait till Wednesday, though. Yeah. I do try and put analysis over and good points across. I try and have a balanced opinion. Unfortunately, there's a 33 and a third percent chance Scott goes into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, so am I. Yeah, I want Ant's face. I want it just to be there. So if I do that, that's me on the right hand side, and then we have Ant's face there. I can go, love you. Oh, a wrestling question. I have a question about wrestling, more specifically WWE. How many times has Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar happened at WrestleMania? And has it got progressively better with each match? I think 31 when there was a cash in bag Seth. 33 And what's another one? 35, 36, I think. Can't remember. I don't know if it got better with each match. I think the story has got better, definitely. But I don't think I can beat 31, the cash in from Seth, because it was just completely. Both people was heel. Well, Roman was supposedly face, Brock was supposedly heel, but no one wanted either guy to win because people were sick of Brock holding the title. People didn't want Roman to be the face of the company. And to me, that's why I loved the cash in from Seth. Completely out of nowhere, which was great. For Sunday, though, I do think that this will probably be one of the better matches. Both people are fully invested in their character. They understand the role that they're playing. They understand what the crowd want from that person. So Roman has been on an absolute streak since he returned. He's tore through everyone from main event guys to jobbers to mid-carders. And he has really excelled at that role. Brock being, I think, officially the first time he's been a full-on face for a long time, which I think will be quite good. And I think that will create a great dynamic. Yeah, if Cody isn't there, WWE are responsible for Dallas being set on fire. Yeah. Let's have a listen to what Brock's got to say. So Brock saying WWE champs in the house. Nice one, Jack. So Brock saying over the past 20 years, it's been Roman, Paul Heyman, that has been basically his mouthpiece for the past 20 years. But Brock's done it for the first time. Welcome to Monday Night Raw, which is quite nice. Oh, hang on. Where's my sound gone? Well, I'm doing that one. Yeah, I know what you mean. I still think that one was probably the worst one of the three that they've had before. That one, pair up. No, there we go. Put these on charge. Brock looks like he's actually having fun. He's got the what chance. He's going to go for a rad. What? No, but it's a rad on the F5. What? He's talking about Austin being there. Oh, little dig, saying Austin was there. He kicked ass, but didn't kick my ass. So Brett's talking about wedding crashes, which was confusing me to start with. So they're going to join belts and have a baby, and then Brock's going to get custody of both titles, which crowd are loving it. Crowd are giving him some support. Brock Brock saying in 6 days he gets his hand on Roman. There's nowhere to hide. So he's basically said at the end of WrestleMania, Brock's going to be stood over Roman, holding both titles, and it will be reigning, defending, undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar. And the crowd played along like they would with Heyman. Really, really nice. And he's off. So that one. So your point is this a good one? I think it will be. I think the storyline and the character arc makes it feel one of the best stories going into Mania. I don't think it'll be a letdown in the slightest for me. It'll be two beefy guys that are just going there to knock 10 bells out of each other. That's an old school reference from parents, if you know what I mean. Last main roster stop on the road to Tomorrow Mania. Oh, tonight we've got an 8-woman tag match. We've got the 2 tag teams from SmackDown, 2 tag teams from Raw on the women's side, going against each other before going into the Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, there's so much time and character arc invested. I hope it pays off. I don't think it will. So we've got the Usos versus RKO later on tonight. So yeah, it's the 2 champion tag teams, SmackDown and Raw, going against each other tonight, which will be quite a nice sort of, it's like Survivor Series-esque match. We're thinking that we'll get Stone Cold on tonight's Raw. Yeah, from what the rumours are, they've still got a few tickets left for WrestleMania, so they need to sort of add a little bit more onto the show tonight to get them last few tickets sold. Oh, we got Dale in. How are we doing, Dale? How's you today? You have any questions for me yet? Will Smith be on the KO show? That's in your main event of night 1. Will Smith and Chris Rock. That was crazy. That was a crazy story to wake up to this morning. Yeah, that would literally. I'd find a way to get tickets and I'd fly across. I'd be with you, Jack. 200,000 tickets. Yeah, you bought so you've done your share, Jack. What are my top 3 matches for Mania? I don't know why. Mainly because I'm probably a big fan of idiots. Is Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. I think that's just going to be a fun, crazy match because I reckon that Johnny Knoxville's going to take some crazy bump. I don't know where it'll be. I don't know where it'll be off, but I just think that'll be great fun. Bianca versus Becky. I think that one, because of what happened at SummerSlam last year when Becky returned, I think that one has just got a bit of a animosity between each other because she came back out of nowhere, took the title off her, and the crowd hated her for it. But then Roman versus Brock, it's pretty much going to be one of my priority matches. I don't care how tired I am, I will sit there and watch it. For your sins, you've got Roman and Brock, sorry. Seth versus Cody, Bianca and Becky, yeah. We don't know that Seth versus Cody is happening, do we? We don't know. But if I had to, I would put that in there instead of Bianca and Becky, just because I like the Jackass story. Yeah, we're doing good, Dale. Lovely. How many retirements is he doing? He's crazy. I've never had a problem with him in the ring. I don't mind watching him, but he's not going to be someone that I'm going. If someone said he's going to turn up on Raw on Monday night next week, that's not going to make me tune in. If you tell me that Gargano is appearing, or Ciampa, or someone like that, then I'm more interested. Ryback's a person that I just think, meh, he's okay, but he's not what I would say is main event. So O's aren't picking because they said our picks are nice. AJ versus Edge, yeah, I reckon that'll be a good one. But I would have preferred the face and heel dynamic to be the other way. I prefer AJ to be the heel and Edge to be the face. I just prefer Edge as a face because I think that when he came back from retirement, it was just such a nice moment. I don't think he should have ever gone heel again. But yeah, it's each to their own. I still think it'll be a great match. You've got two of my favourite in-ring performers of the past 20 years. Edge and Hardy's, Dudley's reinvented ladder matches. TLC's came out of them, and you had the Rated R Superstar. We had stuff like that, which was just phenomenal. AJ has been pretty much in the top 10 performers in the ring for the past 20 years. If you said, I mean, PWI is always in there. It might not always be in the top 10, depending on how good of a year he's having in terms of booking. But in terms of match quality, week to week, month to month, I don't think there's many people ever going to be better than AJ Styles. Yeah, Edge versus AJ is a bit of an afterthought. I reckon we're going to get a couple of promos, maybe from AJ later on. But I think it will be a good two-night show. I know. Here's a question for everyone then. How do people feel about the two-night Wrestlemania? Do they prefer the one night, or do they prefer the two-night shorter show? I'll let you get your comments in, but then I will have a read of them and I'll give you my opinions on it because I've got a couple of opinions on there which some people think are valid, some people don't, but I think it'll be good. They'll kill it. It'll be a Charlotte Rhea match from 2 years ago, steal the show. Yeah. Charlotte versus Rhea, when it was for the NXT title, I thought it was a brilliant match. It was the Performance Center Mania, wasn't it? It was a good match. But I just think that now they're in front of a crowd, they will have a bit better of an option. So at the minute, we've got Miz in the ring. And I haven't been commentating on what's happening because it's been adverts and the Miz going to the ring. That is pretty much it. So Miz is saying that he bets that the Mysterios have a great outfit ready for Mania. Miz is saying that he reckons that everyone is mad, including the Mysterios and the crowd, for taking Rey Mysterio's mask. Sorry. So get ready to welcome Lucha Logan because Miz has given Rey's mask to Logan Paul. Crowd are booing like mad, which is great. I mean, I never liked Logan Paul to start with before he turned up in WWE anyway. So we've got Ant saying you prefer a one night, 5 matches, a solid show from front to back. Yeah, I know what you mean. I can completely sort of see that. A lot of the filler rubbish, yeah. But then flip it to Jack. So Miz is saying he's going to be taking respect from people because he hasn't. He's earned his respect. If he doesn't earn it, he's going to take it. So Miz is saying that, well, it was almost going to say until Mysterio's music hit, is no matter what mask Ray's going to be wearing, he'll be taking that and wearing that at Mania. So, yep, Jack said that the Tour Night Festival format is what he prefers. 35 was objectively a class show. But after Bryan versus Kofi, the crowd loved it and absolutely died after that. Yeah. Crowd was dead after the match, especially in the triple threat. The Tour Night solves this. Yeah. So both people, Jack and Anne, have given great points on both arguments, which is what I like. What I was going to say is I prefer what just happened. So we've got the Mysterios in the ring. And we've got Dom sent to the back. So we've got the Miz coming into the ring. So Miz attacking Rey Mysterio's forearm in the corner. Rey with a thigh kick, clubbing blows to the back of the shoulders. Irish whip with a reversal. Mysterio with a Hurricane Rana tilt-a-whirl. Oh, Rey Mysterio going for a basement dropkick to stop Logan Paul interfering. Chasing Logan Paul down. Miz out of nowhere. Like a spine buster onto the barricades. And then a DDT on the outside. So Miz and Logan high-fiving. And we're on a commercial break. So, yep. If you go for a longer show, you need crowd popping moments. 35 was a phenomenal show, but I just think that the Kofi and Bryan match should have ended it. I know it's bringing the female main event down a little bit with Ronda on there, but I just think that the show would have worked a bit better. If you had Seth and Brock to open the show, few matches, another big match, women's title probably, title unification or winner take all as it was. Couple more matches, and then Kofi and Daniel Bryan to end the show. Everyone is getting a bit of time like they did, but I just think that the two-night WrestleMania makes it feel more of a spectacle. You've got that many big matches that spreading them over 2 nights, you've got the option of, do you want to sit and watch one full night and then just break the second night down? Or do you want to sit and watch both nights in one go? I don't like, I'm literally just about to say it. You don't want a longer show, but I keep thinking, and people sort of seem to say the same thing. WWE isn't a wrestling company, it is a production company now. all they're caring about is producing as much content as possible to get more people viewing stuff. I completely agree. 3 hours. If you want to push the boat out, because Raw is 3 hours, do a 4-hour show, but just have solid match after solid match after solid match. If you have a couple of fillers in there between two big matches, that's fine. We can appreciate that. But we don't want a 4-hour show or a 4.5 hour, 5-hour show 2 nights back to back, because it just feels like there is a lot of filler on there just to get as many people on the card as possible, which we know that's what they do, but it's just a very long show. So this one, 3-hour show. Brock Reigns main event. Yeah. Knoxville and Sami, some main event. Bit of fun. Yeah. Becky and Bianca. So yeah, Bianca and Becky, little segment match, and then the main event. Yeah, build it up. 6-way ladder match. I would love that. Balor, Priest, Seth, Mysterios, Theory, Nakamura. Yeah. Edge versus AJ to open. What about the IC title, US title, tag titles? Because I think that with them on there as well, it's if you're not having if you're not having titles defended at WrestleMania, there's just no significance on them, which is quite strange. Seth Mysterio opponent is Via. It could happen. Yeah, but Jack's going to see Via's debut on Raw. Is a Hall of Famer already. Oh, there we go. Yep. Exactly what I'm saying is, I think that the titles not being defended at Mania just basically makes them an afterthought. If you're not putting a title online at the biggest show, why should you care about it on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis on any of the other shows? It just completely baffles me that they're not going to put them on there. So just come back in. We've had barely 30 seconds of action. And we've had Rey Mysterio pick up a roll-up win on The Miz. And Miz is glaring now at Logan Paul. And Dominic Mysterio appears, throws Logan Paul in the ring. Mysterio's going for a 619. Oh, Logan Paul rolls out the way. And they've taken the mask back off Logan Paul. Tag division is weak. RK Bro, phenomenal. Street Profits, phenomenal. And we've got the Mysterios going for a 619 now on The Miz. Double 619 lands. We've got Dominic climbing up to the top. Frog Splash, bang on The Miz. Rey Mysterio going up to the top as well. A little bit of an Eddie tribute with a shimmy. Trying to find a video. Hey, Jack. IC title and US title not being defended. Finn Balor, not a Mania. Travesty. Ricochet, not being on Mania. These are the people that are the second. I think the story that came out is that they are the second biggest baby faces on each brand, which is why they got the title. If they are the second biggest singles baby faces and they are not on the show, why? It shows that WWE don't seem to care about them. If WWE don't care, why should we? that's where bringing a couple of matches and putting them on like Raw or SmackDown and putting the IC titles on there or the US titles would give them a bit more of prestige. A few years ago, you had John Cena holding the US title, you had Miz holding the IC title. They was presented as superstars, and they basically kept hold of the title, keeping the title on TV, regularly defended, and having good feuds. John Cena's Open Challenge, one of the best things on Monday Night Raw of the past 10 years. That, to me, elevated the titles, and there was not complete same level as the WWE or the Universal title, but they brought the title up to almost that sort of level. So all tag matches we've seen a few times, yeah. RKO versus Street Profits, pretty sure, yeah. That's fine with me. I'd be happy with that. So many Irish people at Mania, Becky, Finn, and Jack. Yeah. Oh, Saz is back. Chicken fried rice from scratch and spring rolls. I've never been a fan of spring rolls, but I'm more of a pizza guy, I think. I do love my pizza. So, yeah, I'm thinking of pizza now. Yeah. Oh, we've got a comment on Twitch. We don't really get to see these, so I shall go read it out. So, yeah, I've got WWE Funkos. I've got about 110 or 115 WWE ones. So in here, this is my game room, and it's basically Harry Potter, everything in here. I'm just going to say, won't be a second film producer one. Sorry about that. Bye bye, and give me a message. Let me know when you're in tomorrow, because I finish work at about 6:15, and I'll be able to come and drop your birthday presents off if you don't mind. But yeah, we'll get back. So yeah, I've got. Let me just double check. I've got a tracker that I can log into and see which ones I have. If I go to my list, my collection, filter, brand, license. So WWE, 132. 132 WWE ones, and there was a few that I've got sort of coming on the way, pre-ordered. Film producer one. I'm not. I'm afraid. I'm from a little. I say a little town. It's a city in the UK called Hull. If you've heard of Leeds, it's about an hour's drive east of there. So, in terms of if you've got the UK like that, we're pretty much bang in the middle, halfway up, 2/3 of the way to Scotland, basically. But we're pretty much out of nowhere. But yeah, it's a nice place. I couldn't give you the UK's views because I don't really keep my eye on news unless it's wrestling related. But my personal views is Putin's doing it to sort of flex his muscles. Oh, we're getting a little promo for Via. The fate is sealed. So Via Mahan coming to Raw next Monday. But yeah, Putin is doing it to flex his muscles a little bit. I do think that it's just a little bit of a crazy move, but that's my own personal opinion. Yeah, I'm not going to go much further than that because it's something political and I don't really keep my eye on that. Yes, you've met me, Jack. You've literally stayed about 15 feet that way in one of the beds in the house. So, yeah, we do some nice chips. Seaside towns are always better for chips, yes. Loads of salt and vinegar, loads of sea air. So we've got Seth on screen at the minute. Are we going to go a little Cody tease? So everyone is basically saying that they'll see each other at Wrestlemania. And basically saying Wrestlemania without Seth is not an option. We're getting recaps of Seth turning up and doing challenges to try and sort of take someone's place on Mania. So we've got Seth sort of doing a replay of tearing the Raw sort of ringside area to shreds, saying he needs to appear on Raw, I need to appear on Mania. And then we've got the exchange of Vince McMahon's message. Seth, someone from my office is going to be reaching out to you to set up a meeting at corporate headquarters. Be in the office at 9 o'clock on Monday. Yeah, Seth has lost his mind, so we're getting a little video recap of this morning. WWE headquarters, 7 o'clock this morning. Seth in a lovely suit. I say lovely. The suit, jacket, and the trousers do look like pajamas. So I love Seth's laugh lately. It's really sort of been quite fun. So we've got Seth looking at his imaginary watch. Has been told he can go in to the office. He's walking through. Someone sat there. You're not Vince. Looks a little bit Paul Heyman-esque. So Seth walks in, real cheerful, talking Vince. So it's been very obnoxious. Feet up on the table. Vince is just doing paperwork, looking annoyed. Love the T-Rex skull on the wall. Oh, Vince saying feed off the table. I've got Seth saying cut to the chase. Is he going to be a fan for his reactions or a suspension? Is he going to get banned from Raw or WrestleMania? He does a good impression of Vince saying that he's fired. Vince said he didn't bring Seth in here to fire him. So Vince is saying he's surprised Seth didn't win his way to Mania. So Vince said, if you wanted to be on WrestleMania, why didn't you just ask me, rather than just trying to jump through the hoops? Vince saying this WrestleMania is different than all the others. So I'm saying, couldn't you have a WrestleMania without Seth freaking Rollins? So I'm saying, if you was on the show, you'd have to have your own main event. Are we going to get a Cody tease? Seth freaking Rollins is going to WrestleMania. But what next? So Seth asks his opponent. Vince goes, you'll find your opponent in the ring, and it'll be opponent of Vince's choosing. As it's not officially saying it's going to be Cody, but I don't think there's anything else that can be done. Vince is sat there looking annoyed as Seth is dancing around going to WrestleMania. Seth jumps up onto Vince's desk. Ooh, so yeah. So we've gone from Seth in the office to cutting back to Raw. The first thing you'll see is a star on the screen with Seth versus mystery opponent, with a star surrounding it. Stardust, Cody. Oh, we get Omos coming out. Yeah, I've seen about sort of 5 or 6 of these today, Jack. So you're looking at merch. What are you bringing me back? What are you bringing me back, Jack? Yeah, it's completely backwards. But someone having a regular job that didn't involve any gimmicks, like if I went to work and I was acting like that, jumping up on a table in front of the boss wouldn't go down so well. But that's why we love it. It's completely crazy, it's completely backwards, and it keeps us entertained most of the time. So we have got a 2-on-1 handicap match. We've got the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar going up against Omos. So is that going to be a squash on the Viking Raiders? Yeah. Facing the NXT star moving up or Omos? Could be. Imagine if someone's acting the way Austin did. Yeah. If Austin had my boss, I don't know how long I'd last at the job. or if I flipped him off and threw a beer bath at him. Yeah, it would be crazy, but it would be fun, I bet. And that's one of my favourite things is Vince. What Vince was at the time, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when Stone Cold was peak Stone Cold era. Stone Cold was pretty much repping what everyone would love to do to the boss. And that's why it was such a big hit. You could sit and watch Monday Night Raw, watch SmackDown, whichever night it was on at the time, and think, I wish I could do that. What's he going to do next? And that is what he sat and waited for. It was brilliant fun. So, Stunning Steve is peak Stone Cold Steve Austin. His peak Stone Cold Steve Austin is mid Stone Cold. I don't agree, I'm afraid, but I can respect the opinion. I don't think that Stunning Steve was a phenomenal performer, but I just think that you live vicariously through what you watch day to day. And yeah, if I could have been Stone Cold Steve Austin, kicking my boss in the stomach and then stunning him, punching him in the face and flipping him off, that to me is what I'd love to be able to do at some point. I don't think I'll ever get to do it, but you never know. What are they bring up snack wise? And I'm being watched. I've already told my boss I'd love to stunner him. He knows I'm a wrestling fan. He's not, but he used to watch it back when it was Austin, Rock, and the early days of Cena. And yeah, I mean, we have a few good chats about the old school stuff. But I've always said to him, yeah, if I could ever stun my boss, I'd love to do it. Don't make a difference where I work. It's just still something I'd love to do. If I could go into work, stun her, and then flip him off and walk out. I said to him, if I could get away with it, I would do. If you're going office, you're going half a beheaded T-Rex. Yeah. Who was my favourite wrestler in the Attitude Era? I keep going back, and it's not because he's retired, but for me, the first wrestler that I gravitated towards, I would say, and thought, yeah, I'd love to be like him, or I'd love to be that cool, was Triple H. The first proper show that I watched was 2000 Royal Rumble, Triple H versus Cactus Jack Street Fight, Madison Square Gardens, Royal Rumble 2000. And that to me was peak Triple H, peak Cactus Jack, and peak Attitude Era. So there was a lot of wrestlers in there that I loved. I loved Jeff Hardy. Who else was the Rock was pretty much right before he went to Hollywood. There was no Austin because that's when he was out injured. But yeah, Triple H was always the guy that I looked at and thought, yeah, you are a superstar, you are a performer, you are a professional wrestler. What about yourself, Dale? And anyone else in the comments? Favorite Attitude Era wrestler? Let's get some of these old school wrestlers in there. It's funny you say that. I'm about 5 months older than my boss. We've had a minute of the Viking Raiders versus Sturm, and the match has ended in a count out. which they've just literally said they've made it look disturbingly easy. Yeah, I know. They are superstars to me, but their job is a professional wrestler. You can't put on your CV, I'm a superstar, because it's very egotistical. But you can put, I am a professional wrestler. And I do think if you asked a lot of the people in WWE, what are you? Are you a professional wrestler? Or are you a superstar? If it was outside of kayfabe, they would all say professional wrestler. Top attitude for a Jack, Stone Cold, or Cactus Jack. So we're getting a little interview. Is there anyone that can threaten Omos? So Omos has said, there's no one that can step up to me. Bobby Lashley's music hits. It's been out since Elimination Chamber. The almighty Bobby Lashley's back. He had, I think it was shoulder surgery, which is why he was pulled out of the Elimination Chamber without properly wrestling. Bobby's looking well. So Bobby looks chiseled, but in terms of size, he looks absolutely tiny compared to Omos. There's about a foot and a bit difference. And Omos just shoves Lashley. Lashley goes for a shoulder tackle, Omos just shrugs it off. So Omos just throwing Lashley into the corner. Again goes for a shoulder tackle. Lashley thrown into the ropes. Actually gets a shoulder tackle, drops Omos. Big statement. Omos saying you don't want this. Bobby's over with the crowd chanting his name. Both pointing to WrestleMania stand. So Sazzy, Randy Orton, and Cena. I think they was on the latter stages of the Attitude Era. There was more the Ruthless Aggression era. But there was a bit of a crossover, so yeah, I'll let you have them. Yeah. Not wrestling superstar. But yeah, Lashley's back. Looking good. Heart Business could have been something special. Yeah. I quite liked the Natalia, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro teaming. but it was one where I think that you just throw Cesaro into any tag team like they have done for God knows how long. Put him into a random team with people, and he performs. He does really well. He's done the same with Sheamus, Tyson Kidd. What else has there been? Can't remember off the top of my head. But Tyson Kidd, I thought was a brilliant performer. He got very badly injured, taking a muscle buster from Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's performed the move thousands of times, never injured anyone. And this one caused serious neck injuries, and pretty much Tyson Kidd's had to retire from in. Well, he has had to retire from in-ring action, but he still works backstage in WWE, kept in the wrestling business, and obviously his partner Natalya is still obviously with WWE. So at the minute we are on a commercial break, which is why I'm not talking. We're going on for a third of the way through Monday Night Raw. What's everyone's plans for the rest of the week ahead? I've got work most of the week. I'm off this weekend and I'm off all of next week. So this weekend I can sit and watch WrestleMania in the pub with a beer, which is quite good. Sassy, you miss Cesaro. Yeah. Him versus Edge at Mania. I don't even think it needs to be a Mania. You'll give them 20 minutes, 25 minutes on any show, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, any B-level pay-per-view, any A-level pay-per-view, they would steal the show. Cesaro's in-ring work is main event level. WWE will pull the plug on him. Don't know why. Edge, proven main eventer, proven match quality. So, yeah, I'd happily agree. I'd happily have that on my TV. But in AEW, I don't think he'll be in the Owen Cup. I think it'll be. I don't actually know what will happen. The Owen Cup will probably be presented by him. So Jack's rest of the week, COVID test, Heathrow. Yeah, I know. It's around the corner from Thorpe Park, which is where I'm going to be going in a few weeks' time, I think. Sazzy's Dynamite Wednesday, studying for school. So Wednesday, if you tune back in, there'll probably be Ant back. And he'll be covering Dynamite for us. And studying, which is good, lad. I say good, lad. Good work, keep up the studying. Get your qualifications. So at the minute, we've got Reggie and Dana Brooke. Reggie's down on one knee. So Reggie is asking Dana Brooke to marry him. Oh. And out of nowhere, Tamina, we're the referee. 1, 2. Samuel looks suave in a suit. So we've got Tozawa on one knee, proposing to Tamina. Crowd are behind him. Yes, yes, yes. Tamina's dragged him up and said, "What do you think?" She says yes as well. Crowd seem to be enjoying that, so slipping the ring on the finger. But it's so small. So he's licked it. There we go. The ring's on the finger. And the dancing. I was filming him. Our truth. Sneaky son of a gun. So I've got our truth with binoculars. Yeah, I thought they'd have a lot of tickets left. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? There's not a lot going on at the minute. We've had an hour of Raw. Not a great deal has happened, to be fair. We've had a couple of engagements. Um, we've had Seth being told he's going to be part of Mania, and Vince is going to be picking his opponent. We've had the Mysterios and the Miz and Logan Paul have a bit of a face-off. Miz has given Logan Paul Rey Mysterio's mask, which has then obviously been taken back by the Mysterios. And at the minute, we've had Bobby Lashley returned. He's challenging Omos at Mania. And we've got Roman Reigns coming out to the ring with the Bloodline and Paul Heyman. So we've got the SmackDown Tag Team title holders, and we've also got the Universal Champion. So I imagine it's not Cody Mania. Veer or Bad Bunny. I think if they did either of them, the crowd would flip. They would lose their collective proverbial. So yeah, Sunday we've got Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Winner take all. Yeah, exactly, Michael. Crowd would be beyond angry. Jack said earlier on there'd be riots. And yeah, I could see it happening. I've got Brock Lesnar. But the one person I'm excited to see, can you guess? But yeah, we've got Roman literally just going into the ring now. So it's been a good couple of minutes. So December 19th was the last time Roman Reigns lost a match. He's not been pinned and he's not been submitted since then in a one-on-one match. So Jack's pretty much predicting it. Veer will be teased for Seth, and then it'll be Adrenaline in my veins. Yeah. I would, from what I've been reading online, they want AEW Cody to appear. So it might be where they have all of the Cody AEW appearance, theme song, style, dress, everything, all of that coming to a WWE ring. So it shows that they have taken an AEW character rather than just the person. So Ring of Honor, Supercard show, yeah. SmackDown and Hall of Fame is on April Fools. I reckon you're going to see a little bit of 24/7 title, maybe. That would be quite fun. So I've got Roman in the ring, giving a little pop from, get a little pop from the crowd saying Pittsburgh, and then acknowledge me. Rest of the bloodline stood behind him. So Roman's coming out saying how he's the last needle mover, how he was the last Monday Night Raw needle mover. Roman's saying that he's done everything in the business that he can do, but he's not done one thing yet. So he said, if you all keep wanting me, he's going to smash all of them like he would smash Austin. Like he's going to smash Brock Lesnar. And the crowd is still going, what? They're saying he's done everything but beat the Beast at WrestleMania. And it's pissing him off. And the crowd have gone into a Suplex City chant. And he's looking frustrated and annoyed. So he's saying, let's talk about Brock. Y'all want to talk about Brock? Let's talk about Brock. So they're saying Brock was out for blood. A couple of weeks ago, he was out for blood. He spilled Roman's blood. So at 34, WrestleMania 34, he got busted wide open. It bled over New Orleans. They're saying after WrestleMania 34, his kids didn't recognize him. His family didn't want him in the business anymore. They're saying that Brock's coming out making jokes, saying the titles are going to have babies, but he's here to change the game. They're saying he's took his advocate, turned him into a wise man, obviously Paul Heyman. He's taken the title reign length off of him. On Sunday, it's going to take his title as well. Roman saying he's going to realise what it's going to be. It's going to be personal. He's going to make it personal because to Roman it has always been personal. So Jack was really worried about the COVID test. You've managed 2 years to not get it. Did a test a few hours ago and you was fine. Reckon you had it a month before first lockdown back in February 2019, 2020. Yeah. Keeps you from pillar to post, or as the Americans would say, rock and a hard place. Oh, we got Mikey Allen. How we doing? Yeah, the new T-shirt is beautiful. God mode, greatness on a different line. I was debating going one, but I keep waiting. Do I go for Cody one if that appears? That's one I'd really want. We're going to recap of last week. Zelina Vega and Carmella going against each other because I was complaining. And we had tag team match Natalya, Shayna Baszler against Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. And then after the match, which Shayna Baszler won for their team, we had Carmella and Zelina Vega come out. And after they came out, they went and talked to all the remaining sort of participants. And looking at it, they was basically playing the story off of they were might be breaking up. I've got the tag team champions in the backstage area having a photo shoot. So I've got Natalya and Shayna saying that this week I need to go in line before they're taking out everyone else. Or do we think these are going to? Or do we think is going to win out of the 4 women's teams? For me, I think I'd like to see Rhea and Liv Morgan win. I don't think that Liv is. I mean, and it'll probably shoot me for saying it, but I don't think Liv is one of the most improved wrestlers on the roster at the minute. Yes, the stupid accent from Zelina Vega or Queen Zelina, it flips from about 3 different accents at the same time. Sometimes she sounds British, sometimes she sounds a bit Australian. Yeah, I've got no clue what's happening. WWE's currencies, yeah, not in the same league. There's a few that I do quite like on AEW. There's a couple I like in WWE. But we're going to wait for the Cody one. Got to wait for it. Yeah, I know Vince hates a lot of words. Crazy that he just doesn't like the word hospital. He likes local medical facility. Crazy. So we've got Sasha and Naomi, Rhea and Liv out at the ringside. Well, coming into the ring now. Getting a little Wrestlemania promo. Rhea and Liv, they haven't done much with them. Yeah, I think out of the 4 teams, they're the one that I think feels ready for a title reign. Liv Morgan, I don't think should be a women's title holder at some point, and I think it should be main event, not just the tag team titles. Yeah, it's not a belt. It's a championship. It's not a world title. Yeah. It's some of the language that it makes people use is just so contrived and overproduced. I mean, everyone knows what a hospital is. Why not just let them say it? They don't have a title shot, they have a title opportunity. An opportunity is a shot. If you have everything sort of overproduced like that, it feels scripted. If you say, I'm going to knock you so bad, I'm going to destroy you so bad, I'm going to beat this person, I'm going to beat that person, and I want a shot at the title, it sounds natural. If you say, I want a title opportunity, it just sounds very fake. Sneezing thing, yeah, that's a weird one. And the rumor is it's because he can't control it. If he can't control it, he doesn't like it. But that's the eccentric world of Vince McMahon. Yeah, not a title shot, it's a championship match. Yeah. The other one is he didn't know what a burrito was. I've never been a fan of them, but I used to get what was called a steak wrap. He didn't realise that a steak wrap was a burrito. And he didn't like the fact that he didn't know about it. That was a good take on it, film producer one. Vince wants to be different from his father, which is why all the terms get changed. Yeah, I completely understand it from that sort of perspective, but there is certain things that just don't sound natural. And I think that's where you need to find the balance of what sounds natural to also scripting someone. And I think that finding that balance is where it should be at. Overproducing means it sounds fake and it doesn't sound like someone talking. If you're given the freedom, you might lose a couple of the words that you're not allowed to say, like hospital, like title shot. And it's finding the balance of getting both points on the right level where you'll listen to a lot of the Bray Wyatt promos, even though those fully scripted, it doesn't sound like someone reading from a sheet of paper. He put his own bit of twist on there and he sort of put some inflection on there and it completely made it feel like he was rambling. And that's where I don't think that it should be. So Sazzy's getting the Mox blanket for the birthday. Awesome. That's just going to be a great birthday present. So Michael's allergies are quite bad. Antihistamines, that shows you what I do. As soon as it gets to the start of spring, pretty much where we're at now, I will get some cold and flu tablets. I will get some antihistamines, get them in my system. And I usually drink hot blackcurrant. That, to me, great to keep the nose clear. Hot blackcurrant, I mean, if I had a bit of a cold, I would probably have one right now. Just sit there, and it just clears your nose up. Although I started going for the green tea. Good option as well. Yeah. We look after each other if we can here at the Give Me a Whole Year Wrestling podcast. If you haven't already, I'm sure you all have in the comments and the chat because you're usually good to us. If you can like the video, brilliant. If you can share it, even better. If you can tell your friends and family about us and they can give us a follow or a subscribe, that just helps the channel. That just helps us to sort of get a little bit more promotion out there and build a channel that way. We don't want to do what some channels do, and that's go all out, get 20,000 people watching us, because it's not real, it's not a community. The way that we do it, we like to sort of slowly build it up, say hello to everyone, get as many people sort of interactive in the comments. Yeah, I sort of had this discussion earlier on as soon as it went out with a wrestling friend who I work with. And Steiner's originally declined. I think it was Scott that originally wanted to decline because I said it's not a real Hall of Fame. But I would love to see it. I would love to see a building with a Hall of Fame section and just have like 2 or 3 iconic photos and some big, like a Madame Tussauds type thing with Hall of Famers in there. I think that'd be quite cool. Walk around and have your photo taken with some of the big Hall of Famers. A life-size Andre the Giant statue or X figure type thing. A life-size, maybe now Undertaker one. Go and have your photo taken with it. To me, that would be awesome. It would be such a great little tool to have because you can just expand and expand and expand. So 5 tests for COVID. Don't remember taking the others. That's a bit strange. On man, I think I've got like 6 or 7 for all the ones that I've done. Tiger Balm, great little substance. If you sniff it so hard, it will burn your nostrils as well. It's great. I use it for the muscle sort of relaxant stuff like that. So if you've got a bit of shoulder pain, just rub a bit on. Really nice. Usually eases off after 24 hours. Thank you very much, Michael. You love watching us guys, and the chat is amazing. Yeah, we have a great little community, and that's how we like it. We like to sort of have a chat with everyone. You can stick whatever commentary in. I'm starting looking at the comments now. I've got a list of them at the side of my screen, and with them, it's basically I can see everyone that pops up, whether it is on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, whether it is on our Twitch. And tonight's the first night I've been on where we've actually had Twitch comments. We've got someone called the Film Producer One, and there are probably quite a few comments in. I think I've read all of them out. There is one that I'm going to get to in a second, but it is really nice just to be able to have a good chat with people. A couple of comments coming from them, we can read them out. So there we go. There's a Twitch one. There's a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Yeah, I know. I think that one's a not a more recognised Hall of Fame, but it's one where if you're going to that Hall of Fame, it's a prestigious event. But going into the WWE Hall of Fame one, it's a statement. But yeah, I'd love to. Like I said, I'd love to go to like Madame Tussauds Wax Museum with all of the Hall of Famers from WWE. So you can stand next to the Undertaker, get a photo next to the Undertaker, get stood next to Andre the Giant. You're stood looking up at him because of how tall he is. That'd be quite cool. Stood in between the Bella Twins. There's that many that you could have a photo opportunity with, which would just be really cool. So at the minute, we're going a little Alpha Academy promo. I love the new couple of things that he's got going on. Chad Gable. Thank you. I just love the obnoxiousness. Is that a word? Yeah, obnoxiousness. Yeah, it's a word. I'm going to say it is anyway. And the arrogance of it. And the shoosh. Great fun. Chad Gable is another person I think should be higher up in the card. US title, IC title definitely should be on his level, but they keep putting him into tag teams, and I think that's all they ever see him as. Good, solid tag team wrestler. So at the minute, we've got the women's match, 8 women's tag. We've got Sasha Banks in the ring going against Carmella. On Carmella's team, we have got Shayna Baszler, Queen Zelina, and Natalia. On the Sasha side, we've got Sasha and Naomi going up with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. And then at Mania, we're going to have all 4 teams going against each other for the women's tag team titles. Sasha's hair is looking awesomely blue. Backstabber from Sasha. So Carmella's down. There's no one on the ring apron ready for Carmella to tag in. We've got the babyface Sasha crawling over. And then the heels pulling the people, pulling Liv and Rhea off the apron. Naomi's still there. So we've got Carmella tagging in Shayna Baszler. And just in time, Shayna pulls Sasha away. Cheap shot on Naomi, drops her off. 2 people, exactly the same comment. Chad Gable's a great heel. Gable is a great heel. Great man's. Rumours that Bray Wyatt and The Rock will be there. I don't think either one will happen. Yeah. Doubt it a little bit. I'd love to see it, but I don't think that it will happen. Bray Wyatt or Wyndham Rotunda was at a signing event over the weekend last week. Rock likely at 39. Fingers crossed. That'd be a good call. So the tag team of Zelina Vega, Queen Zelina and Carmella are starting sort of infighting with Shayna. So Queen Zelina went to take out Sasha Banks. Sasha caught the boot, tagged to Naomi. Naomi's in. Head kick. Liv coming in, gets tagged in. Tag to Rhea. Rhea just easily picking up Queen Zelina. Riptide. 1, 2. Easy pin for Rhea. Yeah, I think it'll be Liv and Rhea at Mania taking the titles. So we've got Carmella right next to Corey Graves. That one. Austin and Taker there, Wrestlemania, being near Shawn Michaels area, Foley doing show for 100 grand and Triple H retiring. Mini reunion, maybe? Maybe. I don't think that. I could see maybe a Shawn Michaels appearance, but I think out of everyone, that's the only one that I could see appearing. We're getting a recap of Kevin Owens last week coming out to Austin's music, crowd hating on him. Such a good heel promo. Obviously, if you're being Austin, you've got to give someone a stunner. Michael, I think that Anne or Dom, maybe both of them, will be doing Mania. I don't think. Well, I'm not going to be doing Mania. I'm going to be in the pub watching it live with a few beers and a few friends. It's as long as I'm pretty sure Dom will definitely be doing it. I might pop into the chat if I get a chance to sort of say hi to everyone. Sean's obviously, yeah, close with Triple H. Yeah, there was rumours of an NWO appearance, but obviously with what happens with Scott Hall, which was tragic, they pretty much decided to scrap them plans. And there was meant to be a Triple H appearance before his cardiac event last year. So at the minute, we're about halfway through the show. I'm feeling really tired yet. No, I'm feeling okay. I've got a little bit of the sleepiness in me, but I'm doing fine. It's 2:32 in the AM. So yeah, Michael is going to the Hall of Fame in night one. That's cool. That is really cool. I'd love to get across to Mania at some point. Depending on what I'm doing over the next couple of years, it's probably going to be a save up job and then do it. But it's going to be so expensive. I know. Let's go some water, get some hydration in me. But yeah, like I said, I'd love to get across to Mania at some point. Whether it's, I don't think it'll be next year. Year after, maybe. The only thing I'm looking at is where it is. My mum and sister both live on the edge of San Francisco. So 31 was at Levi Stadium, which is just in San Mateo, I think. No, San Mateo, just outside of San Jose. It's the home of the San Francisco 49ers. So if it's somewhere around there, anywhere sort of San Francisco, San Mateo, what's the other one? San Jose, that's the one. If it's anywhere around there, all of that is pretty much within 15-20 minute drive from where my mum lives. It is worth going across there because I can stay with my mum. I wouldn't need to pay hotel accommodation. My mum could get me the tickets, so it could be a reasonably priced show. So that's what I'm thinking is if it's close to where my mum lives, it's well worth considering because I can get flights reasonably priced, tickets and stuff. I might even have a relative across there who could get me the tickets that I want at a discounted price. Mr. Fretz, how we doing? How's your day going? Or evening or morning, wherever you are, and whatever time it is where you are. Across here where I am, it's 2:35 in the morning. I've got work in about 6.5 hours, and I've had about an hour and a half sleep. So I'm not going to be going to bed until gone 4 o'clock. I've got to be up again at about 8. So yeah, about another. If I'm lucky, I'm going to get about 3.5 hours sleep. Just popping by to say what's up. Thank you very much. Hope your day is as good as it can be. And yeah, hope you're looking forward to WrestleMania this weekend coming. Should be good 2 nights, I think. I'm going to be in the pub watching it live with beers. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Wednesday night, we should have and maybe Dom back as well, giving you the AEW rundown of Dynamite. We're just giving a little Austin promo. I've had Triple H come up, sort of got a bit of selling for him. Got Randy Orton, putting him over, and basically saying that the is a legend in what he does. And I've got Kurt Angle. And Stephanie as well. Yeah. Basically exactly what we were saying earlier on. Flipping the bed off to your boss. Legendary segment, pouring the cement into the car. Destroying the DX Express. That was probably one of the first SmackDown segments I watched in the build up to Backlash, where he destroyed the DX Express. We've got Booker T, Becky as well, even Vince pouring him over. Another legendary moment, driving the Zamboni into the arena. Rock as well. Obviously, they had their WrestleMania trilogy, which is probably one of the best trilogies at WrestleMania. But yeah, it's nice that we're going to get an Austin return. So yeah, I think what they're going to do, they're going to have the KO show, Austin and Austin on the KO show. But then night 2, it's going to be a match between the two. So Michael Pagnotta just had MJF and Tony Khan go into a heated argument. I think WWE would love to snipe someone like MJF, but I just think that he would love to go to WWE because of the money. But when he's scripted, I don't think it would work. So I've got Kevin Owens in the ring at the minute. Basically saying that the video editors are great. So in saying that his tribute was better than the video package. So Kevin is playing off the crowd, saying that his tribute was better because everyone is lies. What? So Kevin's ecstatic that he's got Austin in the main event slot on night one. So Kevin's saying that when he dressed up as Stone Cold last week, that's the closest we're going to get to Austin being back in WWE. Are we going to get Austin turning up? Will Austin be here? So in saying that it's not going to be Stone Cold anymore, it's just going to be Steve Austin. He's going to be he's drank himself into a stupor. So he's ripping on this Broken School Sessions podcast. So saying it still sounds and looks like Stone Cold. But it's just not Stone Cold anymore. They're saying that Steve Austin's coming. He won't pick a fight with KO. So KO's saying it will give Austin the biggest platform of his career. Sorry. So Austin's going to get the send off from Kevin. So KO's saying he hates beer. He's saying he's going to have a beer with Stone Cold. So he's saying that they're going to have a toast. So Kevin Owens has come out saying that he's going to have a toast with Stone Cold. Oh, cheeky. Saying that his stunner is better. So it's now going to be Kevin Owens 316 instead. So KO's giving a friendly warning. And it said that if anything happens, there'll be a stunner to Austin. So, yeah, they wouldn't know how to use MJF. I know what you mean. Yeah. Brett in WCW was ruined. Completely agree, Michael. Completely agree. I don't think there's many people, maybe just as we were just talking about MJF, that can have the crowd support him and turn on him as quickly as what KO can do. Seth versus Cody, officially, we don't know yet, but I think it's going to be night one. Yep, Jack's just confirmed night one apparently. And I think that it will be just before the main event. I don't. It's so big. I could see it being night two though, right before the Roman and Brock match. It's that big that if it's put in that position, obviously it's going to be Cody. If it's put anywhere else, it could be someone else. Going to have a beer or having a beer. Nice one, Jack. We'll get in a recap of what happened with Bobby Lashley. Now official. Bobby Lashley versus Omos. And that is going to be at WrestleMania on Sunday. So that's a Sunday night match. Main event of night one. As far as we know, it is the KO show with Austin. We're getting Ricochet coming out. The IC title hold. And that is taking on Austin Theory. I've got commercial break coming on. We ain't got too long left. We're almost 2/3 of the way through, guys. If you haven't already, like I said, we have got it sort of scrolling across the ticker, which is there. Like and support the channel. Subscribe. Share us out to friends and family. That just helps us build the channel slowly, but it keeps us engaged with everyone. We have got our Discord. I am one of the people that moderate the Discord, so if you want to, you can join on there, have a chat with everyone. We've got Jack in the comments, who's our YouTube moderator. So everyone says hello to Jack. Also, we do the social media. We've got the Twitter, we've got the Instagram, we've got Facebook page, which this has been streamed on now. If you're watching on Facebook, hello to everyone. All right, Michael, thank you very much for joining me. I don't know about next Monday. I'm hoping to be doing Raw. Obviously, the one after Mania is always a big show. We've got Via turning up, which is going to be epic. It's going to be groundbreaking. It's going to change the landscape of WWE forever. I will try and make sure I'm doing that for everyone. But yeah, it's going to be a long weekend if I do Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Michael. We shall see you later on in the week and maybe see you next Monday too. So, yep, Jack's confirming sort of the main events. KO shows night one. Ronda and Charlotte. Yeah, I think that one should be a good one. That one. But yeah, I mean, we've got just over an hour left. And then it's going to be straight to bed, a couple of hours sleep for me. I'm going to be seeing Ant on Wednesday. Got a couple of little birthday presents for him. He's been with his partner over the weekend and last week for his birthday, but he's back in Hull for a little bit. So it will be see him. If we get a chance, we might go for a quick beer. Going to a promo for WWE 2K22. Is anyone playing it? Are you finding it? I know we've had Dominant doing the streams on here. I keep debating getting it, but then I keep thinking that I don't know how much time I would get to play it. So if we get enough people sort of saying that it's worth it, I might have a look. So at the minute, we've got Ricochet in the ring. And then on WrestleMania SmackDown on Friday, we've got an IC title match. Ricochet versus Angel Garza and Alberto Carrillo. And we've got Austin Theory coming out to the ring now. I don't think that if this gets given more than a few minutes, it could be a really good match. Ricochet, brilliant, athletic, human highlight reel. Austin Theory, really sort of coming along in the ring. Really enjoyable watching him perform. So Austin Theory saying he's going to pin Ricochet and take the most stupendous selfie of his career. So we're going to have Pat Mcafee versus Austin Theory on Sunday night. That's one that I'm kind of looking forward to. I've seen the couple of NXT matches that Pat McAfee has had, and I've actually quite enjoyed them. Considering he's not a fully trained performer, he's had really good matches. So Austin Theory coming out strong. Few stomps to Ricochet in the corner, and then a follow-away slam. So we got Ricochet rolling out, drop kick, kip up. Irish whip into the corner, shoulder barge. Ricochet being the highlight reel, springboard, forearm, straight back onto his feet, and a running moonsault. No, shooting star press, sorry. But yeah, absolutely brilliant performer. And if you haven't, go to YouTube, sit and watch him versus Will Ospreay. Jim Cornette doesn't really rate it. But if you want something that is athletic and really quick-paced, exciting, Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. If you get a chance, look for the best of the Super Juniors. And also look at the one with the rope break at a Defiant show. That is absolutely phenomenal. So I've got Austin Theory with the win. What? So again, a 30-second match, a minute match, and you're putting a win on Austin Theory after putting the title on Ricochet. Doesn't make sense. So, yeah, not a good performance for Ricochet. But yeah, go on YouTube, get on watching the Will Ospreay stuff. Um, Absolutely phenomenal pace in the ring, phenomenal athleticism from both guys, and I'd love to see Will Ospreay back in the US, probably AEW. Him going up against people like Sammy Guevara is just going to be absolutely amazing. Oh, Jack, don't leave me. So you've got early start the next 3 days in a row. Yeah, I've got Tuesday, Wednesday, but I'm off Thursday, so I've still got 2 early starts. Love you too, Jack. I shall see you whenever. If I don't speak to you before you go, have a safe flight. And I mean, if you get a chance, send me what merch I've got. And if you need me to, I'll ping you some money across if you wouldn't mind grabbing something. But yeah, have fun at Mania. Have fun at Mania. Jealous. 3 losses in a row for Ricochet in 4 days. Yeah, burying him. It's fine, Jack. It's fine. I know you love me, and I love you too. But yeah, have fun at Mania. Have big fun at Mania. So we're at commercial break at the minute. So it's drinkies time. So we've got 5 people in at the minute, 6 people in at the minute. Again, thank you very much for joining me. Like and share if you don't mind. Subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, get as much merch as you can, Jack. I keep thinking about ordering some on the website, but it's not the same as actually buying it from the arena itself, is it? Yeah. Night Jack from Sazzy. Only an hour left. Not long left to go. Got a bit of neck ache. Oh, there we go, Sazzy. Great question. Osprey and Moxley, April the 4th. As excited to go, I'm all over it. I love Osprey's sort of New Japan run. He's been absolutely brilliant. Mox obviously is proven draw. And if people are tuning in for Mox that have never seen Osprey, they are going to be massively surprised. The way that Osprey can bring out a physical side to himself. He can do the flippy stuff, he can do the athletic stuff, but he can also come out and have a very physical match. And I'm all over it. I'm going to be excited to sit and watch that. There's epic matches that he's had with people like Okada in New Japan, Kurt Ibushi, Ricochet, as I said earlier on, people like Rey Mysterio. He can do it with everyone. He's someone that I think if WWE had him, they would rein him in a little bit, like they did with Ricochet a little bit. And that's why I think AEW probably would be a bit of a better fit for him. So we're getting a little bit of information about the retirement for Triple H. But yeah, I noticed. Well, it was online. Um, he announced his retirement 30 years and 1 day from his debut in WWE. So, yeah, completely Hall of Fame career, guaranteed pretty much Hall of Famer. And I think it'll be soon. I think it might even be as soon as next year. Probably the headline for next year, if it was if it was up to me. It's obviously part of the clicking there. It's obviously part of DX, so it could be a three-time Hall of Famer. Oh, so we've got Bianca Belair back. So, by the looks of it, throat injury she had, she's sorted. So we're going to recap of 2 weeks ago, where Becky Lynch uses the chair around the throat of Bianca, throws her into the ring post, causes the injury. So using the hair to control exactly where Bianca went, pulling the hair with the chair around the neck. So Becky versus Bianca is going to be this Saturday. Bianca's getting a lot of love from the crowd. There's an EST crowd starting. EST chant starting in the crowd, sorry. So Bianca's saying that she didn't realise how low Becky would stoop to keep hold that title. Bianca's saying that the way she holds herself, it intimidates Becky. Bianca's saying they don't call her the EST for no reason. So Shana being gone a week, it's like she's never left. So we're going to get Becky come out, do we think? Bianca saying everything started at SummerSlam. Bianca saying that Becky's tried everything to escape with the title. So Bianca's taunting Becky, saying, "What else have you got? There's nothing else that can be done." Nothing Becky can do can stop Bianca from taking the title. And we've got Becky coming out. Becky tried the sneak attack, but Bianca was aware of it. And the brawl started. So Bianca could bring out some aggression, which is nice. And Bianca goes to pick up a steel chair that Becky brought in. Becky uses the hair. Becky with a chair to the midsection, and then straight across the back. Becky's saying she's not threatened by Bianca. And she's got a bag. What's in the bag? Oh, Becky's got some scissors. Is Becky going to go for get the hair? Is Becky actually going to get it cut? Oh, Bianca's picking her up. KOD. KOD to big time Bex. I think Bianca realizes the scissors was in the ring. Hair was on the verge of being cut. Bianca going for another KOD. Again, big impact. Bianca standing over Becky. Oh, Bianca's looking at the scissors herself. Bianca's got the scissors. Oh, is Becky going to get her hair cut? Oh, Bianca's cutting the hair. Yeah, so Becky's had quite a few bits of her hair cut. Two KODs, Becky's out, and quite a few bits of hair being taken off. But looking at it, it's only been the tips that have been cut off. It's not been. It's like getting your hair cut sort of there rather than right at the top there. So it's easy to mask over. It's not Molly Holly level of haircut. Payback is a cheap ass haircut. Yeah, we'll go with that. Cheap ass haircut. But it gives Bianca a little bit of an advantage. Crowd are chanting, "You deserve it" at Becky. Becky's turning to look at the crowd. So, yeah, this Saturday, Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch champion versus Bianca Belair challenger. Yeah, Trump versus Vince, that was a great one. That was great fun. Battle of the Billionaires. So Saturday, we're also going Kofi Kingston versus Xavier Woods versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland. The rumour is it was meant to be a 3-on-3, but with what happened with Big E, it's now a 2-on-2. And we've got Seth Freakin' Rollins versus an opponent of Mr. McMahon Live, and that's a Saturday match. Tag Team Championship, SmackDown champions, the Usos versus Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Red and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul. So I've got a celebrity match on Saturday. And now we've got the SmackDown Women's Championship champion Charlotte Flair being challenged by Ronda Rousey. And then we've got Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin, where to me, that one's not a main WrestleMania match. It's a B-level pay-per-view match, or it's a SmackDown match. Speak of the devil, we are getting Drew McIntyre come out to the ring. So we're getting our third 2-on-1 handicap match tonight on Raw. We had Omos versus the Viking Raiders, and then we had oh no, it wasn't. It was 1-on-1. Sorry, second one of the match tonight though. But we're having Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss versus Drew McIntyre. We're going to commercial break again. Yes, I think it's good to see Drew. I don't quite like him. I don't like the Madcap Moss storyline and the Happy Corbin storyline. To me, it's gone on way too long. I don't think Drew should be more main event push, going against some bigger names and maybe challenging for a title again. I think we'll see The Rock in a match against Roman Reigns possibly next year. I think next year it's in Hollywood. There was rumours of it wanting to be happening this year, but they couldn't get The Rock signed off to be able to do it. Because obviously at Survivor Series they had the egg from the 600 grand film, the New Rock film with Ryan Reynolds. But yeah, there was rumours of if they could get The Rock for Mania, that was meant to be the start of a storyline ready to bring The Rock back into the WWE storylines. But yeah, the rumour is now it probably will be more next year. I'll go straight here. There it is. There we go, it's gone. Yeah. Should be a main event. He's a main event level character. He's got the look, he's got the physique, he's got the in-ring ability. And it should be someone that is pushed to the moon. So it's 3:15, almost close to Austin 3:16 in the AM. There's about 45 minutes left with me tonight on Monday Night Raw, or WrestleMania Raw as they're calling it. You will have, I'm pretty sure it will be Ann and Dom on Wednesday, covering the AEW Dynamite show, and then Dom will be doing the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor show at the weekend. Is it Friday? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think. Yeah, Dom will be covering that one for us. So if you are around, jump on, have a look, see what you think. The Ring of Honor show should be a good show. They've always been known for producing quality match cards. Yeah, 3:16 now. Dale. Austin time, 3:16. So we're just coming back to Raw. So WrestleMania Saturday is going to have someone called Brantley Gilbert perform. And then Sunday there's going to be Jesse James Decker. Latest album debuted #1 on the iTunes country charts. I don't mind my country stuff, so I'm going to find her on my Spotify. Jesse James Decker, there we go. Let's add a couple into my favourites. So we've got Becky backstage with Sarah Schreiber. Sarah's asking, how do you feel about what's happened? Nice, simple, straightforward promo. Becky looked straight down the camera lens and just went, Bianca, you bitch. And then walked off. That's it. That was literally the full segment, which is quite nice. Very short, very straight to the point. We have got Drew in the ring, and we've got Happy Corbin coming out. We've got Madcap Moss as well. So we've got a handicap match about to happen. So looks like there's some little bit of dissension in the ranks between Corbin and Madcap Moss. But we've got Drew, and he's starting out with Happy Corbin. So Corbin tags out, rolls out under the rope. Madcap Moss gets pulled into the ring the hard way. Drew with kicks and punches in the corner. Overhead suplex by Drew. And then neck breaker with a kip up. And then Madcap thrown into the corner where Corbin is. And Corbin taking a walk to the back, not tagging in when Madcap most needs him. So Madcap's been left high and dry. Headbutt from Drew to Madcap. Joe signaling for the Claymore. 3, 3, 2, 1. Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Looking and staring a hole straight through Happy Corbin. Oh, Happy Corbin comes straight in, taking advantage. So Joe thrown into the ring post. Across the ring, straight into the other ring post, shoulder first. End of days. So it's Joe on the mat. Happy Corbin is stealing Joe's sword. Happy Corbin's pointing the swords at the Wrestlemania sign. A big grin on his face. So we're going to recap of Raw last week, Seth versus AJ. And then chair from Edge to AJ, causing the disqualification. So I've got Edge backstage. Edge saying, does he destroy Seth and then give him another one this week and at WrestleMania? Edge saying him and AJ need each other. Edge says he needs AJ to check, make sure he's still a benchmark at WWE. Edge saying after 20 years they've pretty much dodged each other, but they're going up against each other, two era-defining superstars. Edge saying it's Judgment Day for AJ Styles, and Judgment Day is being sealed. So we're on commercial break again. There's not long left now, guys. We're getting there. Was not much left. It's not actually been as bad of a Raw as it could have been. We have had a lot worse Raws that we have sat through. And we have had a lot better Raws which we've sat through. But we're up to WrestleMania, and usually the Raw after WrestleMania are usually very good shows. So I thought I will try and make sure at least I do one of them for people. Has anyone else got any comments, questions that they want to ask me before we get to the last 30 minutes? If you do, stick them in the comments below for me. Let's have a look, see if there's any wrestling news happening. And yeah, we're still on commercial break. And coming back to our we've got AJ Styles. So we're getting AJ's reaction to the Edge promo a few minutes ago. AJ saying that it was a month ago that AJ got cracked in the head. So Edge is in AJ's head. Or do I think the sign on AW was on Wednesday? That's a brilliant shout. Absolutely brilliant shout. That's something I'd love to see. I used to love the Ember Moon character. But yeah, she was brilliant in NXT. When she first came onto Raw, I was quite impressed. But then she sort of seemed to go really downhill after the injury. Went back to NXT, but really sort of did well again. But yeah, I think she would do really well in AW. I've got Rick Boogs. I've got Nakamura coming out to the ring as well. So Edge vs AJ Styles will be the Sunday night show. I've got Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory on Sunday as well. And then we've got the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the women's titles. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Sasha Banks, Naomi, Shayna Baszler, and Talia versus Queen Zelina and Carmella. No, not Charmel. Carmella. Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Returning Bobby Lashley. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Anything goes. So expect some crazy stunt spots in that match. Raw Tag Team Championship Triple Threat match. We've got Street Profits and the Alpha Academy versus RK Bro. And then match of all time, biggest match, Wrestlemania match of all time, winner takes all, championship unification, Brock versus Roman. So we're getting Rick Boogs and Nakamura on commentary for the main event, which is the Usos versus RK Bro. Tag team champions versus tag team champions. So we're getting a little promo for WrestleMania SmackDown on Friday. We're going to have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, Ricochet versus Angel and Umberto. So we should have a good Friday as well. I don't know if I'll be doing Friday with Dom, but I shall try my best. Yes, I think it'll be a good match. All four can go in the ring. They're all really enjoyable to watch. So fingers crossed we have a good main event show. We're on commercial break, so once we come back, we should be main event time. Now we're getting more food adverts. It's making me hungry again. I don't think we're going to go as good of a main event as I was hoping for. When they started coming out at 5-6 minutes ago, I thought we were going to get a nice, good length main event, and we've had 4 minutes commercials. Let's put that one back in. Let's reconnect them. So we still haven't got OK brought to the ring yet. I do enjoy Randy in this sort of role. Is the Viper just pretty much ready to strike on his tag team partner, but he just seems to really enjoy working with Riddle, which is quite nice. So I've still got okay, bro. Oh, the Usos are coming back into the ring now, and it's a title showdown. Both showing off their respective titles. And we've got the bell, so I've got 20 minutes max, or pretty much. I've got Randy starting off. I've got Jimmy in the ring as well. Randy with an uppercut. Tag to Riddle. Okay, bro, working together as a team. Both of the Usos went for super kicks. Reversed, went for an RKO. That was reversed, and the Usos rolled out. Usos facing off against Bugs and Nakamura on the outside. Bloodline being suplexed onto the announce desk by RK Bro. And we're going to commercial break already. So we've had 30 seconds of action. And now we're going an NXT 2.0 commercial. I'd love to know if you took off all the commercial breaks, how long Raw would actually be. Yeah, so it started off, this match should be good, but yeah, it's not happening now. Is it going to end in interference from Bugs and Nakamura? But yeah, we're still on commercial break, guys. Ridiculous. Since half past, so in 15 minutes, I think we have had a minute and a half of actual content from WWE. The rest of it has all been commercial adverts. Now we're back on. So we've still got Randy in the ring. I've got Jimmy Uso. So I've got Randy stomping away on Jimmy on the ankle. I've got Riddle tagged in. Kick to the chest. Yeah, I don't understand the amount of commercials. I know it's monetizing them, but for the amount of time they spend on commercials, it's interrupting the flow of the show. It's interrupting the investment from me, and if it's interrupting the investment from me, I presume a lot of people do feel the same way. So we've got Jay in the ring, we've got Riddle in the ring. Riddle with a sense on, goes for a pin, gets one count, straight kick out. Irish whip into the corner, reversal. Riddle went for a kick. Samoan drop from Jimmy. No, Jay, sorry. 2 count on Riddle. I've got Jimmy and Jay working, tagging. Jay from the outside. Referee's back turned. Both of the Usos back in. Really working well with as a bloodline. We've got some questions from Dale before we get going. Top 5 wrestlers of all time. Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Yeah, 100%. Ric Flair for me. Triple H. And Jericho. So Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Jericho, Triple H, and Ric Flair. All for different reasons. All for sort of certain matches in particular. For yourself, Austin, Rock, and Angle, I can completely agree where you're coming from. I just found a bit more of affinity with the other 3 that I chose. But yeah, I can completely respect yours on there. We've got a chin lock from Jimmy. Also, a stomp and a tag, bringing in Jay. More stomps from the Usos onto Riddle, keeping Riddle worn down. Jay went for a punch, reversed. Riddle trying to fight back, build up some momentum. Another tag from the Usos, blind. Riddle thrown into the timekeeper area. So we're at commercials again. This is going beyond a joke. So Sazzy's gone. Brett, Jericho, yep, one of man. The Shield, does that count as 3? Stone Cold and Rey Mysterio. Yeah, again, all really good shouts. Ray, I love watching him wrestle, but I don't think apart from the Batista storyline he ever had in WWE anyway. I don't think he had a storyline that made him a main event level performer. He had the stuff with Eddie Guerrero, which it was a good story, but then they had the custody of Dominic Mysterio, which just ruined it. If you look at the WCW days, Halloween Havoc 97, I want to say. If you go watch Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero, that is, at the time, that was game-changing wrestling. It was absolutely phenomenal. Out of the Shield, are we counting Moxley? As he just beat me to it. Out of the three, Seth was my favourite. I wasn't blown away by Roman, and then Ambrose was just a nice sort of wrestler there. But in terms of overall performers, in terms of outside of the WWE sort of banner, Tyler Black was brilliant when he was in Ring of Honor. Obviously, Mox was in CZW, and then he's gone to AEW. Out of their overall work, Mox is by far the best out of the three. But Seth is still a brilliant performer. Roman, now he's found his niche, is doing absolutely phenomenal work himself. But yeah, Mox can do pretty much everything you want. I think apart from high flying. He can brawl, he can catch as catch can. He can do technical stuff like he's doing with Bryan Danielson at the minute, American Dragon. Really, really enjoyable stuff. And with Regal at the helm, I reckon they could be AEW Tag Champions at some point in the future. So we've supposedly got about 7 minutes left. And we have had about 3 minutes of action. We're going an Alpha Academy promo while the main event is on a commercial break. So we ain't got long left. We've just had another like on Facebook. Thank you very much, whoever's done that one for us. We're now back on Raw. So we've got the Usos versus RK Bro. At ringside on commentary, we've got Rick Boogs and Nakamura. We've got Randy Orton on the outside, itching to go into the match. Riddle has been isolated by the Usos. So Riddle's come flying out of the corner, flying knee to Jay. So Riddle's crawling across trying to get the hot tag. Orton gets the hot tag. Jimmy versus Orton. Orton is looking on fire. Orton teased the RKO power slam though. And Orton swinging Jay up for the elevated DDT. Jay gets a 1 count. Another power slam. Is Orton going to the place? Is he going to the place? No. He's going for his DDT. off the ropes. Jimmy protects him, but Riddle comes flying across. Orton gets the DDT. And I think he'll be going to that place now. Viper's getting ready to strike. Oh, we've got the Street Profits coming out, causing disqualification. So everyone's in the ring now. We've got Nakamura, we've got Boogs, we've got Street Profits, the Usos. Boogs trying the power, then dropping Jimmy on the top rope. And it's just breaking down into anarchy. So we've got Montez Ford climbing the turnbuckle. We've got Orton on the mat. Riddle with an RKO onto Angelo Dawkins. And then Riddle elevating Montez Ford so Orton can get an RKO. And looks like Roy's ending with RK Bro standing tall. So overall, not a bad show. Last one before Mania. Oh, we're getting something else from RK Bro. So the crowd is shouting one more time, wanting an RKO. Montez gets another RKO for his troubles. So Riddle's saying he wants an RKO now. So RKO from Riddle as well. So yeah, that looks like the end of Raw for us tonight. Out of 10, I think the show, I'll give it 7. It wasn't the best show, but compared to what we have watched on this channel before, it was a lot better than what we've had previously. In terms of performers, I think Becky and Bianca, they came out, they had a good sort of promo and a good bit of a brawl. And then we had the Becky promo in the back. I think it was overall very nice. It was well done. It was simple, straight to the point. Yeah, I do think, 6.5, 7, somewhere around there. Sazzy's going for 6. Yeah, I can fair assessment. Overall, I'm quite pleased with that. Thank you very much for joining me. Like I said earlier on, you'll probably find Dom, and Dom here on Wednesday to cover AEW Dynamite. And we may be back on Friday for WrestleMania SmackDown. Once we've done that, we may be back on Saturday or Sunday and both for WrestleMania itself. If you haven't already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Really does help us out. Thank you very much if you have already done that. If you haven't already, what you're doing, get on it. And I shall probably see you in maybe a week's time. I may be back and I may be doing SmackDown, not SmackDown, maybe doing Raw after Mania for you. I'm not promising, but I shall see what I can come up with for you. Savage literally just put on before I'm about to go. Roman's promo, yeah, very good promo as well. I'm not denying it, but I just think that the little bit from Becky getting the haircut was just a little bit better. But yeah, I can completely respect the opinion. That's where I'm going now. I'm going to go get some rest. I start work in 5 hours. So by the time I've got in bed and actually got to sleep, and then I have to be up, I'm going to be looking at 3.5 hours sleep, 4 hours sleep max. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Sazzy. Thank you very much, everyone else. And I shall see you in hopefully about a week's time.
This is Big E from the new day. Give me that whole yeah. Give it to me. I need it.